for this question here, cosine C, the 4 is its adjacent, whereby for 5 it will be its hypotenuse. So if you were to identify angle A, the 4 will be its opposite now, whereby for the 5 it will be its hypotenuse. So we will be using sine here. So sine CAB equals to 4 over 5, angle CAB equals to sine inverse 4 over 5, and this will translate into 53.1 degree. So at section 2, which numbers are irrational? So we will have 2 here, which is pi n square root 3 plus square root 6. Reason being is that this numbers here has tons of decimals and cannot be written in fraction format. Question 3, show everything step by step. I listed down the working over there. You can just refer and get this question sorted out. For question 4, which of the following could be the value of P? So first I convert the 3 over 5 and 2 over 3 into decimal to check first. And only one out of all these variables qualified, which is 0.8 to the power of 2. At question 5, 6 euros, I change it into dollar first. You will get it as $11.4222. So to find the difference, 11.5 minus 11.4222, you will get 0.0778. So if you were to pay in euro, it will save you 0.0778. So the currency to choose will be euro. Use a calculator and find the value of 2 to the power of square root 3. So I listed all the results that I've gotten from my calculator, and the fourth significant figures here will be the one that I drew a line over there, and the number behind it, since it is more than 5, hence you're required to round it up and get your results as 3.322. Over at question 7, I changed this into standard form. So for x equals to 8 times 10 to the power of 4 minus 6 times 10 to the power of 3, I changed them into both having 10 to the power of 4 first before I run the calculation. So 8 times 10 to the power of 4 minus 0.6 times 10 to the power of 4. So the final results here will be 4x equals to 7.4 times 10 to the power of 4. Get rid of the 4 over there and you get your results as 1.85 times 10 to the power of 4. Question 7, the keyword here is directly, which means we'll be using y equals to kx. The y here, it will be p, and the x will be replaced with square root of q. So substitute 8 and 25 in to identify the case value, the scale factor, as 8 over 5. Then substitute p equals to 8 over 5, square root of 100. You will get your p's value as 16 after the calculation. So question 19, as usual, I will find the rounding value first. So I take nearest 10 cm divided by 2, which is plus minus 5 cm. So for lower bound, I take each step minus by 5, which is 85. And for upper bound, I take each step plus 5, which is 95. So to find the upper bound, I took 1500 times 95, then divided by 100 to convert it into meters. So the final results for that will be 1425. For a lower bound, however, I will be taking 1500 times 85 divided by 100 to get 1275 as the result. At question 10, okay, so I calculated Mondays to Fridays working hours. It will be 16 hours per day, whereby for Sunday it will be 5 hours. So to identify A's value, you're required to trace it back using the total working hours here. So it will be 15 hours after the calculation. Okay, so unknown plus 15 hours will get you a closing time of 22, which is 10 p.m. So after the conversion, you will get your Saturday's opening hours as 7 a.m. in the morning. So some changes on Sunday's closing time. So I took the 100 hours times 104%, I get 104 hours, which means there's a difference of 4 hours on the closing time for Sunday. So from 1 p.m. in the afternoon, extend another 4 hours, you will get your results as 1700, which is 5 p.m. in the afternoon. So question 11, make A the subject here. I listed down all the details. Okay, your A's final results should be 4 plus CB over C. Over at question 12, this is a simultaneous equation. So the first step, I change my equation 1 into x equals to 5y, then substitute 3 into 2. Then I get 15 bracket 5y plus 10y equals to 17. Y after the rearrangement will get you 1 over 5, and when y equals to 1 over 5, substitute it back into 3, you will get your x results as 1. Question 13, to identify x value. Okay, this one I'm using the triangle PQT here. Okay, it is actually a isosceles triangle, which means that PQT's value is also 54, and x value will be 180 minus 54 minus 54, you will get it as 72. Whereas for y here, okay, so focusing on the OPT here, okay, OPT will form a right angle, hence y plus 54 will be equals to 90, so y equals to 90 minus 54, which translates into 36. As for z's value, okay, first I identify that angle QOP will be 2z, hence the triangle over there POQ is actually 2z plus 36 equals to 180. So 2 z's after the arrangement, you will get z equals to 54 degrees. For question 14, so things that I did was to take 360 minus 90 minus 120 and 66. You will get your results as 84. Okay, this is Leibniz's degree. So section B, they are referring to banana shake students. So I took 90 divided by 360 times 60 students. So you get your results as 15. As for question C, okay, so calculate the arc length that is represented by cola here. So things to take note is the radius has been given as 3 cm. So 120 divided by 360 times 2 times pi times r will get you 2 pi, and 2 pi will be translated into 6.28 centimeters. Question 15, first thing that I did was to change their denominator into the same. So for the first fraction at the left hand side, I multiply it by x plus 1. Hence the denominator translates into x plus 1 bracket square. Whereby for the second fraction, it becomes negative x being multiplied to x plus 5. So after the rearrangement and calculation, you will get your final results as 1 minus 3x over x plus 5, x plus 1. Okay, so the other part in question 16. So based on these two information, CP equals to PB, you will know that CP's will be half A and PB will be half A. Reason being that it is a parallelogram. The other thing is that AQ equals to QB, you will get AQ equals to half C and QB equals to half C. With the same reason, parallelogram. So to find PQ's value, it will be PB plus BQ, which is half A plus bracket negative 1 over 2C. Why is there a negative? Because you only have QB's value, and to change the direction, you are required to add a negative there. So your final calculation for this will be 1 over 2 bracket A minus C after the rearrangement. So position vector of M, where M is a midpoint of PQ. So I find PM's value first by taking PQ multiplied by half, which is 1 over 4 bracket A minus C. So position vector of M will go through OC plus CP plus PM, which is C plus 1 over 2A plus 1 over 4 bracket A minus C. After calculation, you will get 3 over 4A plus 3 over 4C, which is 3 over 4 bracket A plus C. Over at question 17, okay, 32x to the power of 8 divided by 8x to the power of 32, you will get 4 over x to the power of 24. The details calculation of why x to the power of 32 changed into 24 is that I bring the x to the power of 8 down. So when you change the position of the power, okay, you have to add a negative into the power side. So 32 minus by 8, you will get 24. As for part B, multiply the 2 over 3 into the power section of the respective number. 64 can be changed into 4 to the power of 3. So your x will be square, whereby your 4 will be square as well. So your final calculation, x squared over 16. Question A, find the coordinates of midpoint of AB. So 7 plus 5 divided by 2 and 3 plus 0 divided by 2, you will get 6, 3 over 2, or 6, 1.5. Find the equation of CB. Since you already have both of its coordinate, First thing to do is just to identify its gradient. So the calculation, you get it as negative 1 over 5, y equals to negative 1 over 5x plus 4. Reason being, the coordinate C is actually the y-intercept. So, question 19, g bracket 3. So substitute 3 into function g, x position. You get it as 2 to the power of 3, which translates into 8. Section B, h times hx. So h bracket 2x minus 3, and this 2x minus 3 will then be substituted into x position again. So 2 bracket 2x minus 3 bracket minus 3. After the rearrangement, you will get it as 4x minus 9. In section C, okay, g bracket x plus 1 will translate into 2 to the power of x plus 1. So substitute this 2 to the power of x plus 1 into f function. Then you will get 2 to the power of x plus 1 bracket square. Final results, 2 to the power of 2x plus 2 or 2 to the power of 2 bracket x plus 1. Question 20, you're required to draw a bisector of angle ABC. Okay, so on AB and BC's line, you can saw me drawing it up there. Then extend your compass from the intersection point. Draw another 2 curves. The parts where they intersect will be where you should draw the line, which basically split ABC into 2 equal parts angle. The locus of point which are equidistant from A and from B, this one you're required to draw a line at the center. So from point A, you extend your compass more than half, you draw 2 curves, use the same length on the compass, put your compass now at point B and draw another 2 curves again. Okay, then you will have the intersection point, and when you join the intersection point, you will be able to identify the locus of point that is equidistant from A and from B. Shade the region inside the triangle which is nearer to A than to B, and nearer to AB than to BC. So the left hand corner will be the region they are referring to. At question 21, work out AB. You have 2, 3 being multiplied to 6, negative 4. So I list down the details working over there. Your final results will be 0. As for section 2, we have B multiplied by A. Same thing, I listed down the details information. You can just refer to it. As for section C, identifying the inverse, first you need to find determinants of C. So you take AD minus CB, you will get it as 2. So I listed down which number represent A, which number represent B, C and D respectively. Okay, so just follow the details, fill in the blanks. You shouldn't be having any problem to identify the inverse of C here. So that's all for this paper. I hope you find this helpful. If you have friends that are struggling, feel free to share this to them. And I wish you all the best for your upcoming examination. Thank you.